So, you live in Scottsdale and you have a dog. You already know it's a pretty amazing place for it. But to really get the most out of life here with your four-legged friend, having a well-behaved dog is everything. Let's walk through how to find the trainer that's just right for you both.
Just picture this for a second. You're out hiking, the leash is loose, and it's totally peaceful. Or maybe you're enjoying a meal on a patio in Old Town, and your dog is just relaxing by your feet. This is not a fantasy, it's completely possible. The right training really opens up the city for you and your dog to enjoy side by side.
Okay, so first things first. Before you even start Googling trainers, the most important step is to just pause and think about your own situation. You have to know what you're aiming for before you can find the right person to help you get there.
What's your story? Are you starting from square one with a brand new puppy who needs to learn, well, everything? Or do you have an older dog with some habits that you'd like to work on? Knowing this is going to help you narrow your search a ton.
So take a look at this list and see what rings about. Maybe it's as simple as, I just want to walk on the green belt without my arm being pulled out of its socket. Or, maybe you're dealing with something more complex, like a dog that barks a lot or gets really fearful. Nailing down your number one goal is the best place to start.
Once you know what you need to work on, it's time to figure out how you're going to do it. There are a few different ways training can be done, and the best fit really comes down to your dog, your lifestyle, and what you're trying to fix. The two you'll see most often are in-home training and group classes.
And each one has its big advantages, right? In-home training is amazing for problems that happen, well, in your home. Things like barking at the doorbell, jumping on visitors, or even pool safety. On the other hand, group classes are fantastic for teaching your dog to listen and focus when there are other dogs and people around, kind of like the distractions you'd run into at a place like Chaparral Park. So you know what you want to work on, and you have an idea of the format. Now for the big question, how do you tell a really great trainer from all the rest? It pretty much boils down to two things: what they believe about training and whether they had the credentials to back it up. You're going to hear this term a lot: positive reinforcement. And honestly, it's what you should be looking for. It just means using rewards like a treat, a toy, or praise to encourage the behaviors you want to see. This approach builds trust, and it makes learning fun for your dog instead of something to be anxious about.
Now, you'll probably see a bunch of letters after a trainer's name, and it's easy to just skim past them. But don't. These are really important. Something like CPDT-KA means they are a certified professional dog trainer, and that their knowledge has actually been tested. These certifications mean they've passed tough exams, and they have to keep up with their education. It's a huge sign that you're dealing with a real professional. You've done your research. You've found a few trainers who look promising. The next step is to actually talk to them. Having a few good questions ready to go will tell you pretty much everything you need to decide. Here are 4 key questions to have in your back pocket. The first one confirms they're using those positive methods we just talked about. Second, you want to hear that they'll build a plan specifically for your dog, not just use some cookie-cutter program. Third, how are you going to know if it's working? They should have a clear answer. And that last one, that is a huge tell for a trainer who really knows Scottsdale. Any good local trainer will have a solid plan for training safely when it's 110 degrees outside. And of course, we have to talk about budget. This table gives you a general idea of what you can expect to pay for different kinds of training right here in our area. As you can see, the cost can be pretty different depending on what you choose. So this can help you figure out what makes sense for your goals and your wallet. All this work, the research, the phone calls, the investment, it all leads back to one thing: being able to get out and just enjoy this beautiful city with your dog, feeling confident and relaxed.
And hey, once you start learning, you can take those new skills out on the town. You can practice your leash walking on the green belts, work on staying focused around other people at the preserve, or build a rock-solid recall at Horizon Park. This is where all that training pays off.
Because at the end of the day, this is about so much more than just obedience. It's about freedom. The freedom to say yes to more adventures, the freedom to relax when you're out and about, and the freedom to feel completely at ease in your own home with your dog. I wish you the very best of luck finding the right trainer to help you on that journey.